student, 21, who thought he was meeting a 14-year-old boy for sex is instead confronted by online pedophile hunters. This is the moment the student was snared by pedophile hunters after turning up to meet who he thought was a 14-year-old boy, telling the group, "I feel like S now." Fakhri Anang, 21, from Newcastle, contacted a fake profile which had been created by undercover group Guardians of the North and asked the boy to engage in a sex act with him. Michael Bunch, prosecuting, told Newcastle Crown Court how the group replied using the name Zen, saying "Really?" Before Anand replied, "Can you?" Mr. Bunch said, the conversation persisted from there. The defendant persisted, asking repeatedly for sexual activity to take place. Mr. Bunch told the court how during an early stage in the conversation Zen told Anand he was 14 years old. He said that didn't stop the defendant from the contact which he was having with the profile. Mr. Bunch said Anand continued to suggest that Zen could come to his address where sexual activity could take place. He said he gave his address and offered to pay for his taxi. The defendant asked if Zen was really 14 and said, "You know it's illegal having sex under 18. Anand continued to communicate with the profile until Zen, which was set up on May 2, said he had arrived near the defendant's address. But Anand was confronted by a member of Guardians of the North. Mr. Bunch told the court how Anand said, I'm sorry, don't call the police, I'm lonely and I need sex." When arrested and interviewed by police, Anand accepted his guilt and said his intention was to have a sex act performed on him. When questioned about the boy's age, he said, "I know it wasn't right but I was horny." Anand, who is originally from Indonesia but living in Newcastle, previously admitted attempting to meet a child following grooming. Nick Peacock, defending, told the court how Anand was in the UK on a student visa and would be leaving the country at the end of August. He said, he's been studying here for the last 3 years, he's just passed his degree in mass communications. He is applying for jobs in Indonesia. Mr. Peacock said a custodial sentence would ruin what he has worked so hard for the last few years. The judge, recorder Nicholas Lumley QC, said, "You were looking for sexual activity on the internet with a young person and you were drawn to someone called Zen. He told you he was 14, that did not put you off, in fact it may have encouraged you. In time you arranged to meet him, you were fully aware that what was about to take place was unlawful." Recorder Lumley QC sentenced Anand to 8 months in prison, suspended for 2 years. He agreed with Mr. Bunch that it would not be suitable to impose a sex offenders prevention order as he was about to leave the country.